Welcome to the Crystal Self-Healer Podcast. I'm Carissa Weaver. On this podcast, we blend the magic of crystals with the science of psychology to help you break free from chaos, ditch the overwhelm, and master your emotions so you can have more energy, get more done, and feel better every day. Get ready to unlock your intuition and restore your true power as we cover how you can transform your life using crystals and self-awareness. Are you ready to get started? All right, let's go. So you tell yourself you don't know what to do or how to work with your crystals and tarot. To try feels scary because you don't know what will happen or what could go wrong. The justification for why you're not doing anything looks innocent on the surface, right? You're just stating the facts. But that's just it. What you're presenting as fact isn't just a fact. It's a judgment about yourself, one you're making to protect yourself. Every time you repeat this perceived fact, your brain registers that it's unsafe to try. There are a few things that you can do to create emotional safety around trying new things, but the one we're going to look at today is curiosity. So if you've been going around stating the facts that you don't know stuff, stick around, because I'm going to show you how to spot self-judgment disguised as truth so you can use curiosity to jumpstart your practice. So much in your life, you just don't know how it will pan out until you actually try it. Riding a bike, making contact between the bat and the ball, finishing that book, making that new friend. None of those things would occur if you didn't try. For many of you, through your life, events and outcomes get stored in your memory and lumped together and used to determine whether something in your current reality is considered safe or not. Maybe you had some challenging interactions with some kids in your youth, so now you struggle to make solid connections and friends as an adult. Or no matter how hard you tried, you just couldn't get the bat to hit the ball, so you write off your ability to play sports. Each of these events is built on a true experience, but it's being extrapolated into something larger that creates fear, apprehension, and anxiety. These are the micro events of your life that hurt your ego or identity that now create the fear or the limitation about how much you know, can, or should try something new. Think back to your childhood and how easy it was for you to pick up a new toy or a new activity and just try. Inhibition is a learned behavior, whether it's from trying and failing or from internalizing the fear of others. Now, think about whether you approach your crystal and tarot practice with the same childlike enthusiasm. If your answer is no, then you're experiencing self-judgment disguised as truth. When you question whether your instincts are right or your memory is correct or the method you're using is right when you pick up a crystal or pull a card and immediately scramble for the guidebooks to tell you what it means or what it's for, you're judging yourself before you take action. And this leads to your crystals and tarot sitting on the shelf collecting dust, taunting you because you want to use them, but your self-judgment feels true. So you keep looking for that magic solution that will get you using them. This is when picking up a crystal like Malachite would work because it works on so many different levels. Malachite has the ability to do some pretty amazing healing of your heart and heart space, helping you to identify, address, and heal the wounding from your lived experiences. Its supportive energy helps you in identifying energetic and emotional boundaries so you can honor them for yourself and others. Malachite works on clearing the fog in and of your thinking, removing emotional confusion so you can make conscious choices instead of staying in patterns that keep you stuck. It also helps you overcome the fear of confrontation, self-expression, or being seen, which is, at its heart, the core of where your self-judgments come from. What's being asked of you here is to move out of judgment and into curiosity. I think we all get wrapped up on some level of needing to measure our validity through other people. And that's unhealthy as long as it's a measurement of your worth or mastery. Curiosity demands that you measure not your worth, but whether something is true for you the way it may be true for someone else. Not that it's bad or wrong, but if it's a core vibrational match. It's much like spinach. Sure, it can make you strong like Popeye, but that doesn't mean you have to like it or even eat it for that matter. It's about acknowledging that what's true for one person may not be true for the next, or for you. So when you see the book or the mentor saying a crystal or tarot card is something, does something, or means something, shift your focus from, I don't know, into, is that true for me? And then see what happens. This is the process. Revising and rewriting the way you think of and talk to yourself that creates the emotional safety that you need to try the things you find unsafe, scary, or challenging. And be mindful of how you're framing your curiosity. There's a big difference between saying, I don't know what this is for, and I wonder what this does. A statement doesn't become curiosity just because you placed a question mark at the end of it. The judgment is still there, with or without the question mark. When judging yourself is your habitual way of navigating your life, shifting into curiosity can feel unattainable, which is why the Crystal Self-Healer Members Portal focuses on the doing instead of learning and memorizing new things. The portal is about getting from the I've read about to the I do space of your practice. The integration and embodiment of everything you've been trying to master comes from the doing. And you can get that when you join me inside the Crystal Self-Healer Members Portal. Depending on where you are, there are 3 levels of support that help you go from I don't know to I know. Whether you start by simply receiving a collective healing or you're ready for the deep work in mentorship calls, the goal is the same, shifting from studying to doing. Each month we move through the lunar cycle together, setting intentions at the new moon using crystals aligned to the astrological energy. We perform ritual to build momentum at the first quarter moon, heal and release what no longer serves at the full moon, and nurture and tend to yourself in the 4th quarter. It's not about learning more, it's about doing, consistently in a way that becomes second nature. Take that first step in beginning your practice by going to my website, 3charmedgems.com, and come home to yourself through practice. Today's episode has been brought to you by Malachite and Curiosity. May we all see our lives through the lens of what's possible and what could be. Blessed be, my friends. All right, my friends, that wraps up this week's episode. Thank you for joining me here today on the Crystal Self-Healer podcast. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, leave a review, and take the What Crystal is Best for You quiz linked in the show notes. Join me again next week as we continue to demystify crystals, how your brain works, and how you can use them so you can have more energy, get more done, and feel better every day.